And we're live. This is Friday Facts with the Batra Team. I'm Ian Batra, and
I'm Zahara Wong.
Well, welcome. Without further ado, as I would say from my friend Jay Marks in Dallas, Texas, Zahara, go ahead and give them the Friday Facts.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys the facts for Santa Clara County from October 13th through 19th, 2017. So there were 307 new listings. 74 homes went into contract. There were 42 price reductions and 5 price increases. We have 864 total active listings, plus an additional 1,365 contingent or pending in contract.
Awesome.
And I'm going to pass it off to Andrew so he can give you some year-to-date stats.
Thank you, Zahara. So for the month of October, we had a 108% sale to list price ratio, which is significantly higher than we've seen in the past couple weeks. We saw 106 and then 107, and now we're at an all-time high. We're sitting at a $1.274 million average sales price with a median of $1,075,000. And we have 9 days to sell median, again, for 9 days on market for most of the homes on the market in Santa Clara County. So basically, we still have inventory below 900 units, and basically, we're seeing a lot of aggressive multiple offers for anything around $1 million or below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, kind of to iterate on that, and we talked about this on the team. I think if you watched my video the other day, I had to pull over and do a video just to tell everyone. I wrote an offer on a property in Cambrian Park, original home, 1,000 square feet, and I got the phone call and almost spit out my coffee because a phone call came in the morning, and basically was told that 35 offers had gone. Basically, our offer was sort of in the middle, what I would call a logical offer. Mm-hmm. After discussing with the client, we came up with an educated offer. But out of 35 offers, basically there were 3 outliers that were well above, what would have been a reasonable price for that home, and so, or at least compared to where homes have sold before. So we're looking at a market right now where there's, because of the low inventory. I think, in my opinion, maybe you can weigh in on this a little bit too, but I think there's some desperation in the market.
Definitely. I feel like at this point, a lot of people have already submitted 1, 2, maybe 3 offers and not gotten the property, that they've been going after. So at this point, people are getting desperate and kind of bidding things up at the last minute, trying to get anything close to what they're looking for.
Yeah, I we get this, and we talk about this on our listing. Sometimes we get people that are coming to us and pleading, if we're not there, please get us a counter, and obviously we try to do that, but sometimes, we put a listing in contract yesterday, and there was one standout offer. We had multiple offers, but we had one standout offer. So, we ended up in that case that the seller thought it was in all fairness that we should reward the person that came in with the strongest offer up front on our listing. Anything else you kind of want to weigh in on this sort of market advice to people out there who are maybe either thinking about buying or obviously, we know it's a great time to sell. Right.
Well, right now it's a bit of an arms race in terms of terms and price, obviously. Now, if you're not able to compete on price, I would highly recommend trying to compete on terms. And when I say that, I mean, having some flexibility and maybe some aggression when you lay out your contingency timelines. If you're able to do that, it puts you in a much better position to get the home for a price that you can actually afford. If you can possibly drop your loan contingency, if you do advanced underwriting, or if you're all cash, if you have enough of a down payment where we can maybe waive the appraisal contingency, or, if you don't need any inspection contingency, all of those things can make your offer much more competitive. And, we can use that as a strategy to get you the house that you want for the cheapest possible price.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think that's what everyone wants, right? At the end of the day, you want to close the best house. I think on our end too, the big thing is doing our due diligence and making sure that when you do go in with an aggressive offer, that we don't want to get you stuck in a home that you don't really want to be buying.
Right.
So sometimes, it's tough in a low inventory market. We notice that people are really interested in a house, and then we had one recently where we're looking at a house with a client, and we started doing our due diligence, and it started coming out, after reading the disclosures and things, there were a lot of stuff done without permits, but not only done without permits, sometimes things can be done to a good standard without permits, but there were also a lot of red flags. Looking at it where, like the inspectors were saying things weren't done right, certain things that I would consider red flags with the electrical and other things, and then on top of it we start realizing that there's a lot of permits missing.
Right.
So it starts to come, we start thinking about things. So, but at times that's the only house, so people still, I've had clients where they still are interested in the house, and I'm trying to advise them, okay, we don't want you to be really unhappy in 5 or 6 months. So sometimes it's better to go back to the drawing board and come back with a plan until we can get you a house that makes sense. This has been Friday Facts. Thank you very much, the Batra team with Ian and Andrew, and Zahara was here earlier. Thank you. We'll see you guys next week for Friday Facts.
Thank you.